First half we were rushing a lot of things, so we weren't able to get in any type of rhythm offensively. I wasn't able to get any really touches or screens or anything like that. So the biggest difference is we were a little patient in the second half, and we allowed the ball to change sides of the floor, and we actually ran our offense.
When you look at this Kentucky team, what would you pinpoint as their weakness?
Well, you would like to think that their outside shooting would be their weakness, and then they came out, and I don't think they hit the rim from three to start the game. So we were going to go under a lot of ball screens and play zone a little bit, but they started making threes. And that's a tough team to beat if they're making outside shots.
Marcus, we saw you kind of take over in the second half. Is this team still relying on you to take over games despite the new depth that y'all have this year?
I don't think we need to rely on me. I think I need to be, a focal part of what we do in both halves. The coaches have talked about that. We don't screen and move enough in the first half or in the first part of the game, and that's why we take bad shots and have turnovers. When we settle down and run our stuff, then the guys that we want to have the ball are touching the ball. We're getting the ball inside, and also we're creating opportunities for me. So we just need to run our stuff better.
Marcus, this defense has been one of your strengths this year. What were they able to do to exploit you guys defensively?
Well, first of all, they made shots. They got 8 points off of 7 offensive rebounds in the first half. That's not catastrophic, but it hurts. They made shots in the first half. Second half, they got in the paint a little too much. And, with Kentucky, they want the big men to help up the lane so they can lob. A couple times our big guy got caught trying to help up the lane instead of making the guard finish at the rim. And that's what gave them those 4 or 5, easy alley-oop dunks. So, those are probably the 2 biggest things I would say.
Marcus, is it simple enough to say that your shot is definitely back now?
What kind of problems did the Harrison team?
Can I answer this question first?
I didn't hear him answer a question.
Yeah, I'd like to think so. I worked on it a lot, and I've just, like I told you guys before, I was going to review tape and make sure I was doing things fundamentally sound. And, I felt better today. Got a lot of reps up in the week we had off. Not week off, but a week without a game. So, yeah, sure.
In the first half, what do you think they did? Or was it a matter of maybe just not being in the flow offensively as a team when you were struggling?
We didn't run our offense. I just talked about that. We weren't screening and moving, and the right guys didn't have the ball at the right times. We were rushing too much.
The size and the physical nature of the Harrison twins, what kind of problems did that cause for you, if any?
I wasn't bothered by it. I'd play against them a bunch of times in high school and last year, and I'm usually not the bigger guard in any matchup that I play, so I wasn't too worried about it. I don't think it affected a whole lot. They were able to get in the paint some late and pitch to the big guys for lobs, but I don't think the guard size had any effect on the game. I think it was their size up front that had more of an effect on the game.
Was 3-point shooting for them on the scouting report for you, knowing that I think they're ranking the 300s nationally?
Yeah, it was on the scouting report as something we want to let them do. And, sometimes if you tempt somebody to shoot enough, they're going to make them. Devin Booker was struggling the last 3 or 4 games. He went through a stretch where he was on fire. He cooled off. We knew he was one of the shooters, and he came out and made shots today. Aaron Harrison made shots. He's been shooting in the 20s from 3 all year. Came out and made a bunch of shots. So sometimes you got to tip your hat, but there were other mistakes we made defensively that would have changed the game.
That's a huge part of the offense, just like it is a part of our offense. They really like to get offensive boards and second chance opportunities. And first play of the game, first couple plays of the game, that's what they did, and they did it well.
Did you expect them to be so effective from 3-point?
We knew they had shooters. We knew they could shoot, especially from the guards and some of the wings. But that's the best I've seen them shoot all season. So I would say we didn't expect them to shoot that well.
How did that kind of change the dynamics once they did hit a few of those early threes?
Well, it affected us as far as we had to guard the ball better because they drove and kicked a lot, and as far as us doubling down on the big with the guard, we had to rotate faster, and when we didn't, they got open looks and they knocked them down.
You guys came out in zone. Is that something new for you guys? How did you
Yeah, we're not a zone team. We always play man, but we just wanted to give them a different look. We know they don't like to play against the zone, so that's what we did.
How do you think it worked out?
I think it threw them off a little bit, but like I said, they shot the ball great today, so we just had to play better defense overall.
What was the key to playing better defense? What did you guys need to do better?
Still offensive, not allowing them to get as many offensive boards. There was a couple loose balls we should have got, and we just could have played a little bit tough on the defensive end. I feel like that hurt us.
They had 3 alley-oops, so they drove down a lane and just kind of tossed them up. What's supposed to happen on those plays for you guys?
Well, first, the whoever's got the ball has to contain their man, and allowing dribble penetration in the paint didn't help. And then after that, we just want our bigs not to help up the lane to make that available. So 2 breakdowns there, which calls for all of those alley-oops.
When you look at this Kentucky team, what would you say their weakness is?
Their weakness? Jeez.
You could say
I don't know, I guess defensively, as long as you don't turn the ball over and you get good shots, I feel like that's the only weakness they have in their defense. But we turn the ball over way too many times, and that's where they were able to excel as far as fast breaks and getting good shots. But I feel like as long as we take care of the ball, we can get good shots and break down their defense.